Hello! It's time, we're finally doing it, and it is... Time's Return Misfire. Ah, yeah. This is a very pretty looking thing. I mean, look at that. This was one of the ones, you know, like the three Decepticon Target Masters being Trigger Happy, Misfire, and Slugslinger. They were all like really weird designs, and they're all like really cool, and I do really appreciate them. And I got a complete, apart from the weapon obviously, I got a complete Trigger Happy, I got a complete Slugslinger. Never got a complete one of these. One of the wings was snapped off mine, which is a shame. My throat is completely locked up. I apologise, people. So having this is kind of like fulfilling a childhood want. And it's a very, very pretty machine. Not so many weapons as Trigger Happy, but they've all got their own personalities and stuff. I imagine this one's probably more, if you look at the style of the wings, I imagine it's more like, you know, deft, daring maneuvers, you know, more agile, so to speak. So Trigger Happy be your gun one, this be your agile one. I imagine Slugslinger is supposed to be what, your stealth one? Or your bomber? I'm not sure, but we'll see when I get hold of him. Eventually. But I always, I'm sorry, swing wing designs, not necessarily swing, but you know, wings that go forward. Love them. I'm sorry, I know they're probably completely impractical in many situations, but they just look cool. And yeah, he's just like the little bits off this like sort of vaguely kind of looks like something off like a Wing Commander or something. It's just this beautiful design. And you've got like say, I was originally trying to work out if some of these were weapons, but I don't think they are. But I think these little bits here, these little nubbins here, I think they're supposed to be like the nose machine guns, because most planes have that. You've got these that look like some really hefty looking, possibly short range lasers. Then you've got the Titan's Return handguns that peg into the side of the arm. You can use, there's little pegs that just about fit in, or there's these big handle pegs which, yeah, but then they add a bit more stability when he's lying down. So I don't mind those. And yeah, he is a really nice looking thing. But then you start getting issues. Like, spoilers for the robot mode and everything else, but these pieces are the legs, you might have guessed. And those, from the ball joint on the hip, all the way down, are identical to Trigger Happy. As far as I'm aware, this will transform exactly the same as Slugslinger, pretty much. So Slugslinger will have the same legs again. I suppose part of the teamwork, they're all going to wear the same trousers. I don't know. Fine. But then, let's just get him out. Slugslinger. Why am I dropping him? Right. Jip. They are both very futuristic, spaceship-y kind of fighter jets of some variety. Trigger Happy is absolutely coated in weapons. This guy, again, looks a bit more agile. Looks a bit more, I don't know, maybe faster? I couldn't tell you. He's probably a bit more slimlined, even though he's a bit fatter, so, whatever. But you see, whereas Trigger Happy, everything folds away and it is all perfectly smoothed out, and everything is exactly where it's supposed to be, and has obvious thrusters to be able to move around. You got your arms there, you've got this massive chunk here, the legs, you know, the arms are just stuck at the back, they're right there, the chest's right there, and where are the engines? Are the back of the arms supposed to be engines? Are these supposed to be engines? Because if they are, there are also going to be engines on Trigger Happy and Slugslinger. Are they supposed to be the engines? I know it's nitpicking, I'm just pointing out. Is that what they're supposed to be? I don't know. And there are things you can nitpick with this guy, which you genuinely couldn't with Trigger Happy. There was nothing wrong with Trigger Happy. You couldn't find a fault with Trigger Happy. This guy you can nitpick with, which is a shame. So we'll open up the cockpit, which you can just about do if you've got nails. I've just trimmed mine before I've done this review. Whoops. So if you want, you can, due to the transformation, tilt the nose a little bit. It will fold all the way down, but you can tilt the nose a little bit, open it up. Yeah. You don't have to tilt it that far, you can just like lean it slightly. But whatever. And then you get the pilot. Who's got a nice little seat in there, and if you just try and sit him in, just the way it's designed, it will automatically plug him in. He doesn't fall out, which is quite nice. Close it up because you don't need it again. And he's quite a nice looking dude. Yeah, he's got a white body, black legs, purple. He's not just the same colour being reused, it's quite nice. It's, you know. He's got a blue strip for the eye and kind of a slightly pinky purple silver for his face. Fair enough, someone's put some detail into this one. Quite nice, good. Standard Type Master, don't care, I'm not going to go into that. Got the pegs, you can peg him on there, like trigger happy. Yay! Whatever. And then we'll transform him so it's easier for later. We'll fold him up, and that's his face. Which, yeah. It's very humdrum, isn't it? It's not bad, it's just, yeah. It's very stock generic, isn't it? But we'll get on to the transformation. And transformation. First thing you want to do is bring the wing up, not the gun. The thing I keep doing is I keep putting the gun and trying to tilt that up. But the gun isn't pegged into the wing, it's pegged into the arm. So first of all, we bring the wing up 1 notch. Because apparently you can bring it up more than that, but frankly you'll never need to do that. Just bring it up 1 notch. There's that slot there in the bottom of the wing, and there's a big tab on the back of the arm, and that's what holds those together. Now, I'm not sure if my camera's playing up. Oh, apologies. You can remove the guns, but frankly you can just leave them on for transformation. The arms have got this weird extended bit that peg into the trigger happy where the shoulders go. So you untab that from that slot. Untab that from that slot. Then basically on this double hinge, you've got to bring it around to the top. But there's a slight complication. Because you've also, where can I show you? There's basically like a mushroom hinge there for the wing. And you've got to... Sorry, I think the camera keeps pausing, apologies. Basically you have to turn the wing as you bring the shoulder up. And then eventually there's a slot and a tab, and you just push it together. Yay! And we might as well just bring out the hand while we're at it. So we'll bring that up and we'll rotate this while we're at it. You don't even have to look at it really, you can feel how it works, it's just annoying. I'll just pick that back in for the sake of it. Flip out the hand. Yay! Bring the camera up a little bit. Might as well finish the top while we're here. So you bring the nose forward, and it's on this big double hinge. Make sure the slot's not in the way of it. And you just double hinge that onto the back. That's it. The legs you fold out, straighten up, sort the toes out, very much like trigger happy, because they're the same legs. And then this is where it gets a little bit funny. This piece at the front here where my finger is, that will be the front of the crotch. This is underneath, and that is the back. The legs are currently pointing straight out the back of the robot. So you've got to fold them down, and then on this nice big silver pin, rotate that in. It should tab in, it kind of tabs in, but not as well as I would like, but whatever. Then you split the legs. And that is Misfire in robot mode, and we just need to form the head, Voltron style. And he goes in. And that's Misfire. And just for the sake of it, I'll take these off. This is the only weapon storage I've found, so I'll take those off. And he's very nice. You know, he is. He's very nice. Yeah, he's quite well designed. He articulates reasonably well. There's no ball joint in the shoulder. It's on a hinge, and then I suppose it's on a ball joint or something, but it only rotates. So you can't just bring the arm up and around. You got to bring it around and then forward, which I'm not a fan of. But whatever. The other piece that is used from Trigger Happy is this elbow piece. That is reused as well, but whatever. Who cares? Who cares? A couple of these hips are a little looser than I'd like, but they're fine. And yeah, he's alright. And he has guns that you can put together into one big gun. And he's got two handles for, and you can't handle it can't hold it properly because it'll just be off to one side. Or you just give him two guns. I wanted to give him the dual gun when I first saw him because I didn't want him to look too much like Trigger Happy, but frankly, this just looks so much better. He's just a Decepticon grunt with lots of guns who is, for some reason, pink. And that's absolutely fine. He's very generic head, he's got his waist swivel, the legs do what they want, the arms all do what they want, it's all fine. But that's how you've got to point the arm. If you want to point it forward, you can't, out to the side, you can't just ball joint it, you've got to do it at the shoulder. It's a bit weird. And he's fine. He's fine. And then you bring in Trigger Happy. And I don't even have to pose Trigger Happy, and he just looks so much better than Misfire. It's really weird. I don't understand how it is. Maybe less is more with the posing. Maybe I should just, stand him and just make him look, all swag or whatever it is, rather than trying too hard. No, Trigger Happy still owns it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I've just got much more of an attachment to Trigger Happy or what, because I never had a complete Misfire. I couldn't tell you. But I think the problem we've got, and it's going to be the same problem with Slugslinger, which is insanely sad, is we peaked too early. Of the three of them, Trigger Happy was always the one everyone wanted. And these guys, however interested in stuff they are, they're never going to be as good. They're never going to be as cool. They're basically going to use the exact same transformation, which is really annoying. Because, at least if they all transform differently, they'd have their own characteristics. But he's just going to be copy and pasted into grey and teal, with a slightly different nose cone and slightly different wings, and called Slugslinger. That's it. That's sad. That's really bad. Because I want to love these guys. I want to love them as a team, but at the minute, they're going to be an accessory for Trigger Happy. That's it. They're going to be his team. That's it. They're accessories. And that's ridiculous. I've got a futuristic, a forward-facing winged, pink, futuristic space jet. This is awesome. But I don't love him. And it's really sad. It's really sad. I paid £25 on Amazon and I got him within 3 days, and that's over the weekend. So it's really fast postage. I wanted him, I paid for him, I got him, and I like him. But everyone wants Trigger Happy more. And I think that's the problem. I don't know if certain other reviewers are paid to give good reviews or not. I'm not sure, because I'm not paid for this. But he's an accessory. He's good. If you had him and you never got hold of Trigger Happy, fantastic. Get him, get Slugslinger, then get Trigger Happy. Because if you do that, you're going to love those a lot more. You're going to have a lot more attachment. But they peaked too early and they gave us Trigger Happy. If they'd have said they're doing these three and they gave us Misfire first, I'd have had Misfire. I'd have had him for about 6 months or something. I'd have got Slugslinger. I'd have had the two of them for about 6 months, a year, whatever. Then they give us Trigger Happy. I'd have been exceptionally happy with that. But because they gave us the best one first, the one that makes the most sense first, the one that owns the mould, or, the legs, and everything is him. And then they've given us these guys who are just knockoffs of him. And that's basically what they are. And it's really sad. Because I don't want them to be knockoffs. I want to love them in their own right. So I'm trying to dedicate time specifically and just pushing him to the back, just to try and love this guy on his own. And I'm still going to get Slugslinger, because I'm just going to. But, I don't know. And one thing specifically for this figure, the joy about the original G1s was that they were big and stupid and clunky. I mean, this guy, his legs were like absolute bricks on the broken version I got. He was an absolute brick. And they've slimmed him down far too much, and it doesn't feel like him. Maybe I'm nitpicking, maybe I'm being strange, I couldn't tell you. It's quite possible both of those are the fact. But he doesn't feel right. He's probably a lot more accurate to the cartoon, but, you know, they're only in about 3 scenes, so who cares? I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, because the curse of the camera is making me dislike him, and I don't want to dislike him, I want to love him. And I do love the sheer fact that I've got a pink futuristic space jet with, you know, forward-facing wings, and just he looks awesome. But he's not trigger happy. So I imagine in the future you're going to get a pretty much identical review for Slugslinger, but, you know, I can only do what I can do. I'm not paid to give you a good review, I'm just going to give you an honest review, and that's what you're going to get. So, I should be ugly, I should be wretched, and I shall see all of you in the next one. Bye, futuristic pink guys!